We're early in the investigation, but some details have emerged. I'm able to confirm there are 6 victims, ages 67 to 88. All of them have been transported to local hospitals. This attack happened at a regularly scheduled weekly peaceful event. Witnesses are reporting that the subject used a makeshift flamethrower and threw an incendiary device into the crowd. The suspect was heard to yell, "Free Palestine," during the attack.
I thought he was walking to the party. Was this actually at the wedding venue?
No, he was not in the wedding venue. He was in the restaurant. And basically he must have came through, went right, it looked like a target that he was going right for this person. So I feel terrible for him.
Did he dress him by name? Did you get the sense that they knew who?
Didn't hear anything. He just came out and said,
What he said?
Yeah, what he said was the children are safe and, free Palestine.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is, another far leftist going on a killing spree. Except he only murdered one person, but one is too many. It shows that the far left is too radical. It shows the left is dangerous, and the claws need to be clamped down on them to stop their radicalization and their actual brutality. What I mean by this is that we have a crazed gunman, which is from the New York Post, saying, crazed gunman shouted "Free Palestine" before opening fire and killing a guest at Sky Meadow Country Club wedding. Goes on to say here, crazed gunman shouted "Free Palestine" before he opened fire on Nashua, New Hampshire wedding reception and killed one guest. Just as the bride and groom were about to start their first dance, according to witnesses. Police have charged Hunter Nadell, 23, with murder after arresting him on Saturday night following the deadly shooting at Sky Meadow Country Club about 40 miles north of Boston. The victim has been identified as Robert Stephen Desir, 59. Or it could be D. Caesar, whichever or. The armed maniac wearing a mask stormed into the wedding, flicked off the guests, and shouted, "The children are safe and free Palestine." Getting together for a dance for the bride and groom, and then all chaos went off. The groom said, we heard about 6 shots, and everybody ducked for cover, and next thing you know, we're rushed into safe spots and things like that. Officials said it's not clear whether the attack was targeted or random, and they have not determined a motive. Well, I think, here's the thing here. I think we know the motive, because if the guy's yelling "Free Palestine" and the children are safe, etc., this is already a sign of him not liking people that are not supporting Palestine. And he is a radical leftist. This is kind of easy to understand. I don't know why they're going about this at all. It says at least 6 people were hospitalized with injuries sustained as they sought cover and fled the venue. And it goes on here. Initial reports suggested there were 2 shooters sparked a massive manhunt on southern New Hampshire and northern Massachusetts. However, authorities say now that the Nashua is the only suspect. Well, I'm pretty sure that's reassuring. So we're going to be going with this here, right, where they'll be talking about exactly on what happened here in a bit more detail. So without further ado, my friends, let's go.
Country Club is on Mountain Laurels Drive. Now, that's not very far from the Massachusetts border. And at one point tonight, police posted a shelter-in-place order for a neighborhood in Dunstable, Massachusetts, which is just across the state line. Good evening to you, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ken McLeod. Police are just about to give an update on the incident. That should happen sometime during this newscast. We're bringing you live team coverage on this active investigation tonight. Let's go ahead and begin with WBZ's Samantha Cheney. She just spoke to a guest at the wedding there, where they're stationed there at the fire station, I believe, on Spitbrook Parkway. Samantha, what do you got?
Yeah, Ken, we just spoke with a witness who told me she was a friend of the bride. She described this incident as surreal. She said it was like a moment out of a movie, something you never expect to actually have to live through. She says everyone was on the dance floor having a great time when all of a sudden she heard shots fired. She says she ran, she got under a table and hid under a tablecloth, just afraid of what was going to happen next. She says that another guest actually hit that suspect over the head. They saw everyone running, scattering, was just really unsure of what was actually happening. She was afraid for her life. Now, we have some things confirmed by police tonight. Initially, they were searching for 2 shooters, but I can tell you right now that's now been called off. Nashua police, they have confirmed on social media and an officer here on the scene saying that surveillance video actually showed just one shooter opening fire at an event, that wedding that we now know happened inside of the Sky Meadow Country Club tonight, and that person has now been detained. Now, I-Team sources, they tell us that multiple people were shot. That woman that I spoke with, that witness, she says she saw 3 people injured. Somebody looked like they were receiving help as if they were hit by something in their lower back. She wasn't sure if that person was shot or not, but she did see those people there. Police tell us that at least one person is dead. That was a man. And I want to get to that witness that I spoke with tonight just to kind of explain that scary situation that was happening inside of the country club.
The police just running with their guns, just running in and out, going through the back, the patio area by the golf, just searching around, trying to find somebody. And other cops just kind of escorting everybody into a locked room, like I said, where there's no windows around.
So you barricaded yourself
correct.
So you wouldn't get shot?
I first initially hid under the table with a tablecloth. So then your next thought is, okay, am I safe here? Am I a sitting duck? I mean, what's going to happen? Is this guy going to come through? Is he going to be looking under tablecloths? Is he going to be, just shooting everyone in the room? I mean, you don't know. It's very scary to experience something like that. From what I was talking with the gentleman in there who took a chair, hit him over the head. He dropped the gun. The man fled. He went through the reception area into the kitchen. He had blood on him. He made some comments.
What did he say?
He said at least the children are safe. Yeah. And then he escaped, and we don't know where he went at that point. But he said someone said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "F you, I'm the shooter."
And that's where one male was shot and killed. Several other people were told were wounded.
Now tonight we have seen multiple witnesses being brought out of the Spitbrook fire station here. There are still people inside of the garage. We saw a bus taking them over to the Sheridan Hotel just down the road, where we're told they will be reunited with their family. And as you mentioned, we're supposed to get official information, more information from police. There's going to be a presser with the Attorney General here at any moment. So as we get more updates, I'll be sure to let you know.
Yeah. So obviously what we have here is just the insanity of
The Sky Meadow Country Club is
with these people just being insane. Guys, like, let me be honest here. The leftists are going to go out and say, oh, well, it has to be a righty. The righty would have done this, the right wing or what have you, right. So the right wing has done this somehow, but I have never once heard a right-wing person or conservative or what have you go and say, free Palestine. That is more of a leftist remark, isn't it? Isn't that more of a, oh, we are a leftist person? So that's crazy. The left are showing their true colors, and they show their true colors when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and now they're showing their true colors after this. And there's still more. I have to tell you more in the next video, because that is a whole separate video in itself. And what this is that we're seeing the dangerous rhetoric and the dangerous attacks from the leftists that is just can't be stand here, right? It's one thing if you disagree with a man and you don't like what he's saying or whatever, and you criticize him. That's fine. But when we come down to actually assassinating the man or glorifying or celebrating his death, that's when we go too far. I don't expect that to actually be a contribute to anything. And what do you think, leftists, when you think this happens, when you go out and do this? Do you think you're going to be heard? Do you think that you are going to be the ones that are going to be on the right side? No. All this is going to do is obviously make people hate you, and that's the problem. And when there's only a handful of you guys, and there are millions of people on the other side, you end up finding out that you just effed up. You guys are terrified. You're scared because you have woke up a sleeping giant. You have woke a bear, a giant that is not as afraid to show you its fists, that is not afraid to strike back because your immorality is gone, shattered. And that's just something you're going to have to deal with. So it's not a good thing. I think what's going to end up happening is that there's going to be a lot more of this. There's going to be more crazy things happening, and people are going to be wondering if we're in a civil war or not, and that is up for debate. I think that we're at least very hot right now. The temperature is not low whatsoever, and we're at least, at the very least, a civil strife. And things are not looking great, but we'll see what happens in the next coming days to weeks, because things are still heating up. We still have it to where we're going to have to label, where Antifa was labeled an anti-terrorist organization, and Congress is going to be talking to a lot of these social media companies. So we'll see what goes on in the next, few weeks. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.